today's podcast is about how there is no such thing as unicorn baby. Maybe there is actually unicorn baby, but don't underestimate the power of baby. So I don't know if they use the phrase unicorn baby in other places, but in Korea, unicorn baby means baby who eats well, sleeps well, plays well. And the best order to do that is 먹, 놀, 잠. Eat well, play well, and sleep well. So that should be the cycle of a baby. So, you know, I mean, like when he was an infant, it was beautiful. He just ate and slept, kind of, you know, spit out in between, but oh good, you know, no problemo, right? And then all of a sudden, starting last month, I think it was the month 5, where he all of a sudden transformed into a demon. So why I think my baby did not turn or is not a unicorn baby is, one, he does not sleep well anymore. Back like a couple months ago, he was eating well, sleeping well. So by 8, we had a perfect cycle of, you know, we give him a bath, and then we, you know, feed him, and then we read him a book, and then we put him to sleep. Maybe once in a while he'll be kind of like, you know, actually mom, I needed more food, so we'll feed him, and then he'll sleep, and then he'll sleep till like 2-3 in the morning, and I'll just wake up and, like, you know, latch my boob on, and it's like perfect life, right? Guess what? That disappeared. Recently, we put him to bed at 8, so he's been sleeping well at 8. Recently, he's been like 9. He screams. It's like, what's up? And of course, the first thing you're supposed to do when he wakes up is never feed him. So I look at him. What would be a good word? I watch him first. I investigate on him, on his patterns. I'm like doing a research on this baby, right? I could write like a good paper on my baby, but, you know, I look at my baby and I'm saying, let's see if he's crying because he's hungry, or if he's just in his, like, you know, the cycle of sleep pattern. You have the light sleep to deep sleep. Maybe he's in the light sleep and he just wants to cry, or I don't know what's wrong. Maybe he doesn't like the temperature of this room. You know, we've thought a bunch of things, and in the end it's like either like a burp or he just needed like comfort. Okay, so I comforted him for like 20 minutes, and then I put him back, and then like we go back to playing League of Legends, and all of a sudden, like at 10 or 11, he like screams out again. It's like and at that time he does not settle down. He's screaming. He's like, oh my god, he wants something from me. And I'm like, okay, my last option is to feed him, because the thing you don't want to do is feed him till he sleeps, because that could be a habit and that could go on forever, and apparently that's really bad for your gum in your mouth, so or your teeth, I guess, once they start developing. So I try not to do that, right? And I'm like, wake up, baby, it's okay. So sometimes I just actually wake him up to feed him. So, you know, I go to him with the last option. I try everything. I comfort him. I rock him. I sing to him. I do A, B, Z, like all of the things that you can do to him before eating and before feeding him. It does not work. He's like, so that goes on for a good couple like 30 minutes, 20-30 minutes. So in the end, I'm like, okay, wake up, baby. I turn the lights on. I have like a mini, like a mood light, and I turn it on, and I'm just like, okay, baby, it's just me and you, and we're just gonna feed you. So I feed my baby. And my initial thought, and if this was old Namu, then he will be eating, and he'll be kind of like happy. He'd be comforted from eating, and then he'll be like, okay, mom, it's time for me to sleep now. That was his face like 3 months ago. Now it's yum 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 yum, and he's like, okay, it's time to party. And I'm like, no, 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 no. It's not time to party. It's not club time, okay? You need to sleep. Luckily, he doesn't whine, but he just murmurs, or he just babbles. You know, he does like a goo goo gaga da da ga. He just keeps doing that for hours and hours. So yesterday was a little better because he went to sleep like within 1 hour. 2 days ago, I was very tired, and I put it. You know, we had the same pattern. I put him to bed at 8. He wakes up at 9. He wakes up at 10, and then starting from 10, I was really exhausted. But he did not sleep until 1. That whole time, he was just like, yeah, whoa, wee, ow, crawling, rolling left, right, front, back, hitting me there. I'm like, okay, I did not sign up for clubbing right now. It's like, should I be playing some club music right now? You know, so like, here's Jinri trying to put this baby to sleep, and you know, I told you guys, Jinri will never feed the baby and put him to sleep while feeding the baby. You know, I said that 10 minutes ago, right? Now, Jinri, screw that. Just latch on and just pass out. That's been like in my mind, just going on, be like, just sleep. And I like latch him, and he's like, and he keeps doing that, just on and on, like on and on and on and on, and I'm like. So here's Jinri, super tired, because usually I wake up at 6 or 7 because that's his start time, his morning routine time. So I try to keep that consistent so that he can sleep well at night. Because if you are a human being and you have a limited amount of nap time, then your night sleep should be long. But this baby does not affect him. And so I was, you know, like, I'm trying to put him to bed and I'm doing all this. So he rolls around and I just turn my back and I look at the phone. I try not to expose him to the phone as much anyways, like at all, to be honest, like at all. So here's Mia and I when he comes by. He's like about to look at our phone while we're doing our phone. We put the phone down. Oh shoot. We put the phone down right away. And we're like, "What's up?" You know, or if he's about to do something and like, you know, we're like checking something on the phone, we'll be like so anyways, so that's where I realized the unicorn baby thing does not exist anymore. So I think he gets maybe like 3-4 hours of sleep, and then he wakes up and he like screams out, or he doesn't. Luckily, he doesn't scream out. So in that part, maybe he could be a unicorn baby, but he doesn't scream. He just plays around and he just talks to me. So like I try to put him to bed. Things I do is I play the music. I have like this device that plays the white noise or classical night music, you know, da 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 da. You know, that's like ringing in my head too, so I'm getting tired, but this baby's not getting tired, and I pat him, I give him that like, please go to bed or no. And then if it doesn't work, then what I do is I turn on the dim light. And then I just call my mom, be like, "Hey mom," because guess what? It's morning time there, or afternoon time. So, you know what I was thinking? I was like, you know what? Maybe I should stream for the EU's viewers. Why not? Since the baby wakes me up at 11, and then if I stream, perfect timing, right? So, yeah. So in that sense, the baby sleeping is like gone. That beautiful 8, 9, 10 hours, my baby just has this nice pattern and he just sleeps for 14 hours, does not exist anymore. So that's that. Another thing is car seat. I have no clue what's wrong with the car seat, but whenever he sits on that car seat, first time it's okay. Like when we get on it, it's okay. Then The second time, it's not bad. He's just kind of like, I don't like this. I want to be free. But then, like, you know, I comfort him and I play with the toy. I have like a Pororo. Do you guys know Pororo, right? The Korean penguin guy. You know, I play with it with that toy. He's like, ooh. He's like happy. And then he like sleeps. So the second time we're in the car, it's okay. And then it's like the third or fourth time, then it becomes a disaster. He'd be screaming, be like, and a lot of books tell me it's okay for the baby to scream. It's like, if you hear the baby scream for like an hour, you get paranoid. You just want to like rip your head off and be like, so car seat has not been a good experience for him. I think it actually also started with me injuring the baby in the car seat. So initially, when he was a beautiful infant, when he didn't know anything, when he was sitting in the car and we put on the safety belt, he just looked outside the window and he's like happy. But then one time, since I usually don't do the seatbelt, it was usually me and my husband doing it. Well, one time I had to do it because his side was very small. So he's like, Jinri, why don't you try? And me not knowing the secrets to putting the seatbelt on. Did you know there's actually secrets to putting the seatbelt on? There's like actually like a know-how. Like you guys have to know this. It's like mark it on your notepad, right? I pinched our baby with the seatbelt thing. So obviously the baby's like crying. So I think it like paranoid, like it gave him trauma of sitting on the seatbelt. So, oh my God. So yeah, but apparently the seatbelt can get loosened. I didn't know that. Like there's a secret button that's like hidden. So I'm supposed to loosen it first and then pull the side seatbelt like and the front part, but I didn't know about the front, like the loosening. So trying to put him in that like tight thing, it did not work. So seatbelt was a big issue. However, remember, if the car is running, you're not supposed to, you know, unbuckle the seatbelt and take the baby out. So, and like we were running the highway, so we could really stop in between. Though I did tell Mia, like, get off the highway so you can stop and we can put him, you know, we can kind of calm him down. He's like, oh, it's only 20-minute drive. I'm like, your 20-minute is completely different to the baby 20-minute, but he never understands. So in that sense, our baby is not becoming a unicorn baby. He's just kind of a little fussy baby thingamabobbers. Also, another thing is feeding. Initially, our baby, if I latched my baby on, he'd be like nicely, super nicely, happily. Just now, he's like jup jup, oh, or jup 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 jup, yeah. And if we go outside, like to department stores, that he does not focus, so he doesn't get the enough food, like enough amount of food for that time period. So that's why it has a negative circulation of when he reaches to the car seat, he's both tired and hungry. So that's why we can't comfort him just by talking to him. Oh, and he now starts rolling and he started crawling, guys. So now this mat is like, we have a mat in our living room for the baby. Well, it's kind of pointless because he keeps rolling off the mat, and like if he rolls, then it hits his head, and we're just like, okay, mommy and daddy brain is already stupid. We don't want you to get more stupider by hitting your head on the wall, on the floor, right? So I realized when people say the best time to see a baby is when it's nicely wrapped in a cloth and sleeping, I can kind of understand. I've lost a lot of weight. I don't know. Can you guys kind of tell? I feel like I lost weight, but I don't know if you guys can tell because I've been going through a lot of like exercising moment plus a lot of eating moments. So I don't know if it's being like You know, like if I'm losing weight or gaining weight, because I think I'm balancing it, but I'm very exhausted by the end. So now I know there are bumpers. We haven't gotten them because, like I said, we're moving in like 4 months. So we're checking if the size of our mattress will fit exactly so that we don't need bumpers. That's why we're kind of hesitant, but I'll have to double check. And honestly, we've already spent a lot of money on certain stuff. So for example, we'll be having a baby mattress, which will be another fun story for you guys. But in terms of unicorn baby, it has officially, I think, disappeared, and he is now being, I'm starting to understand, you know, what it means to be inside hell. So for those who are Christian, I'm sorry I said that, but yeah, like, it's not that bad, but it's bad. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I think I'm able to withstand it, but at the same time, it's like I can't withstand it. So I'm going through a two Jinri moment of like angel Jinri and demon Jinri, of like angel Jinri saying to me, Jinri, this is just the process that the baby is going through, and we'll be happily ever after when he turns 10. You can wait till 10. You know, your mom had to take care of you for 10 years, right? And then there's the evil like demon Jinri telling you, Jinri, you've entered hell. You gotta run away. Like, leave the baby and go to US. Don't you remember the moments you enjoyed IRL streaming, K-pop dancing, and all those like stuff? So that is my life in terms of unicorn baby. I hope you guys still do get married and have a baby, but it just is crazy of when he turns into 6 months. Luckily, we have only experienced his teething, I think it's called, when he's about to grow his baby tooth. I guess 2 are coming out. He goes through a really painful pain. So I think only experienced that once, where he was overheating a bit, and he was crying a lot, so like he wasn't off of me. And luckily he has been sleeping well. So he's been sleeping well in his baby carrier. So I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram reels or maybe shorts I had, where I'm dancing, I'm learning K-pop dances while putting him to sleep. And guess what? It works so well. So if you ever need to figure out how to put a baby to sleep, use a baby carrier. But that's unicorn baby disappearing for you guys, and I can understand why people say enjoy the moment when the baby is sleeping in his bed without moving, turning, twisting, flipping, rolling, crawling over.